Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 22nd of May for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to share with you the standout details that we can all collectively relate to, but please stay with me. I will then explore in much greater detail all the key ins and outs influencing each of the 12 zodiac signs from Aries through to Pisces. Now, as this week begins, so the Sun is finding its way in the sign of Gemini, which is the third zodiac sign. It's governed by air, it's mutable, which means it's flexible, but it's forging an awesome link with Mars. And I think this gives us a lot of enthusiasm as we burst into this week. Now, we do have that very powerful influence between Pluto, Jupiter and Mars also reaching a peak on Thursday as they link with the north and south nodes, forging what's known as a grand fixed cross. And because the fixed energy is all to do with being very consistent in our approach, one of the difficulties with having Pluto and Jupiter and Mars all agitating against each other is that they can all be very resistant to flexing and just being a little bit more giving, so it can create a lot of tension. And this is where the energy between the Sun and Mars can be so helpful. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, and it's a very flexing, quick-witted and nimble energy, and if we can react to situations in that kind of way, it's really going to help us. But later in this week, it is true that Saturn, the planet of limitation, is slowing down the Sun, and we do also have a quarter moon in the sign of Virgo. So the Sun in Gemini is influenced by both Saturn and the quarter lunation. So I feel when it comes to deciding on things speedily, which is a very Gemini trait, we're actually being cautioned not to do that, and we just need to take the time to work through the processes to consider our options. But it may seem at times that if we do one thing, it's going to have several other influences that could be unintended. So that's a complex set of influences for this week, but there is that sense of excitement with the Sun in a thrusting angle to Mars. And I think one of the things we could have an opportunity to enjoy is some social interaction, which will be very welcome indeed. If you're a returning visitor to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, it's great to have you with us. Please do subscribe, click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Every time I drop a video, you'll get an update. And also, if you'd like to get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the link below where you can subscribe, totally free of charge. So Capricorn, your week commencing the 22nd of May forecast suggests that as you start this week, your determination to get to grips with some details that will take some of the brilliant ideas you've been generating of late and boxing them into something that is more tangible and workable is really going to be strong, and that's going to be assisted by the thrust of Mars, which is in house 8. Now that is very much to do with desire to improve your financial situation. It could have a romantic dimension to it, to be honest, but I feel the practicality of that Sun position and linking well with Mars suggests that if you're really looking to squeeze more from your budget, being a bit more efficient in general, a bit more productive, and that set of influences is really going to help you very strongly. However, later in the week, Saturn, in the part of your situation to do with your nervous system, your everyday communication, your interactions with neighbours and siblings, that gets into a tense right angle with the Sun. So I feel that you could feel a little bit more on edge as this week draws to a close. And of course, we do have that grand fixed cross, which really manifests itself very strongly on Thursday. And for you, I feel that there could be a desire to splash out on something that you find very hard to resist, or a more compulsive side of your nature could come through. But equally, remember the Sun is trying to keep you keep you on the straight and narrow in the 6th house. So if you can show the self-discipline, you can ward off that temptation that comes essentially from Jupiter's conjunction with the North Node, which can actually be very lucky, but it also may see you wanting to be a bit more sociable just at a time when the Sun is asking you to be more virtuous. So that's a bit of a challenge, and if you have some decisions to make around that, if you can't be quite as gregarious or expansive or free and easy with your resources towards the end of this week as you would like, it could leave you feeling a little bit crestfallen. But in actual fact, the next 4 weeks is a real chance to get everything working very efficiently in your world, even if it does mean missing out on a few luxuries or being that much more self-disciplined. Now, if you would like to ascend above this zodiac broadcast and understand how serious astrology can have a profound impact on your personal knowledge and awareness of how to plan your life moves, if you give me 3 pieces of personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, I can provide for you your life roadmap report, which will help you to gain a much more intimate understanding of the patterns in your situation, good and more challenging. But also in my special package of 30% off, you can get your 12-month personal forecast, which will give you searing insights that are totally unique to you. If you don't know your time, you can still order your charts, but I will prepare for you my solar package, which enables you to understand your situation very much based on the Sun. So if you enjoy watching Sun YouTube videos, these are perfect for you. Please see the links below for more.